Coach Kelly, congratulations.
Thank you.
Regular season title, I guess. And
Thank
get
you.
to host. You want to give us a comment about the game, and then we'll take some questions.
Well, the first thing, let me say, I want to say that Tyson Helton and his team were very well prepared. They got a really good football team. He is a very good football coach. They got really good players. We knew that. We knew it was going to be a tough game and a competitive game. And you got to say a lot about this conference. I mean, I just can't say enough about Commissioner McLeod, what she's done to, even when teams leave, to be able to bring teams in here that are so competitive. And, you can argue about best conferences and all that stuff, but I'll guarantee you we got as competitive a conference as anybody in the country. So, but the game, we did some really good things in all three phases, and we did some really bad things in all three phases. But the name of the game is that there's a reason why you play 60 minutes, and you play the full 60 minutes. And one of the emphasis that we have is the first and the last 2 minutes of each half. And you can win those 8 minutes and honestly play like crap but if you play those good, then you got a chance to win the game. Our offensive coach is incredible job. Coach Trickett called an unbelievable game. Our defensive coaches, I mentioned it down there in the locker room. I mean, in 35 years of coaching, that might be some of the best adjustments at halftime that I've ever seen. And all of our defensive coaches, Brian Williams and his staff, did a great job. We had, in the kicking game, we gave up a block field goal there, which was actually, Caden knows I didn't kick one a couple weeks ago just because of worrying about that. You worry about getting one blocked in that situation. And but we hit it when we needed it. And, I'm very proud of our guys for, again, focusing on the process instead of focusing on results. I didn't mention the championship game all week. We talk about playing a championship game every week, but we didn't talk about the championship game. We just talked about what we had to do to focus on to be able to get the result we wanted. And that's hard for young people. It's hard for older people. But, again, I'm very proud of our team. Love them, love their competitiveness. And, we got another opportunity to play.
Coach, obviously, you're a newcomer. Most of the staff is a newcomer. You have about half the team is a newcomer. Mm-hmm. Same result, though. Just what does it say about this team, and maybe do you feel maybe a little vindicated with a lot of the doubters, maybe who people were doubting this team before this year?
Well, let me say, and I'll say this. There have been some great football coaches at Jack State, and there have been some great teams. They've been winning at Jack State for a long time. There's a tradition of that. And the people that grew up around here, they know that. Now, I got to give a lot of credit to Greg Seitz, our administration, board of trustees. Because they put the things in place that help you be successful. Listen, I've said this before. Rich Rod did a great job. He did a great job. He was a perfect coach for the perfect time. And, I got a lot of respect for what he did. But at the same time, I'm not Rich Rod. I'm not going to try to be somebody I'm not. I'm just going to be me. I believe this. When you recruit, you're going to attract people like yourself. You're going to attract what you are, not what you want. And the guys that decided to stay here, like this one right here, he believes in the same characteristics and the same work ethic that our staff believes in. So, again, people are going to doubt you and all that. But, again, you got to go out and execute. That's what the game's about. Whether they talk good about you or bad about you, you got to execute.
Malcom, pull up a chair and join us here.
Come on.
Mark, and then we'll go Thomas.
Coach, Garrison just seems to be such a fun personality. What is it about him that allows him to succeed in those really tight moments?
I don't know. I mean, they know. I mean, the first time I ever chewed his ass out, I talked to him like I talked to Malcom, or I talked to Caden. I mean, it's the truth. And then the first time I did it in the team meeting, I mean, he wasn't fazed by it. I mean, not a bit. And I'm like, oh, this guy's got something about him. But he's got a good personality. Teammates love him. He's got some toughness about him. I just, I trust him. I can tell you that.
And Caden, could you talk about that, especially like Coach is talking about the end of the first half, being able to cut it down and what that meant going forward?
Yeah, I mean, he's preached on it ever since he got here. I remember sitting in there and having a meeting with him, and he told me all of his philosophy. Everything that he says is true, 100%. We put a big emphasis on starting fast and finishing. And, we've struggled with that at times, but I feel like we've gotten better and really learned how to start fast, speaking for the offense. But, I mean, when you can go into those halves and, like when you do a 2-minute drill at the end of the half, that just kind of sets a tone for the second half. So it's so important, and we put an emphasis on it in practice, so it's really nothing new for us. It's just execution.
I mean, Caden, you've been a part of this team since the transition, from the start of that and, building into what it is today. You guys have been, since the transition to FBS, you guys have been just on a tear, it seems like. Just what's it been a part of, being a part of this moment, and then also just that journey of watching this program grow into what it is today with, the stadium and the wins, obviously.
Yeah, obviously it's been pretty – There he is.
Speak of the devil, and the devil appears.
Obviously, it's been pretty cool to see, like, Jack State. I remember when we were in the old locker room, wooden locker rooms, and, it was a grind. And then going through different coaches and stuff really didn't change anything for me. I really trust what Coach Kelly says. But overall, it's just been a really cool experience to see how Jack State has become what it has become.
You mentioned adjustments that were made at halftime. What can you give us a sense of what that was?
Yeah, we were doing some things defensively, and I agreed with some of the stuff that we were going to do in the first half. We had felt like there was one team that had played them that had given them a lot of problems. We, gave them a different look. They hit a couple of big plays. And then I just told B, I said, listen, let's do what we know, what we're good at, and go execute it. Let's cover them when we got to cover them. Let's blitz them when we got to blitz them. And we went back to what, we've been doing. And again, that wouldn't be that's on me. I mean, I wanted to give them a little something different to, listen, I've worked with Tyson, and I know him, and he's good at, if you do this in these situations, he's going to find it. And so I wanted to give him a little bit something different. We just didn't execute it very well. And I don't know if we, I probably recommended a little too much. Sometimes it's better when, you got to let your coaches coach, but you got to see and, see where things fit. But Brian did a really good job, at halftime of just, and even at the end of the second quarter, it was we had them settled down, and we felt like they popped that run right before halftime. It was, just a communication thing. We had the front slanting, and we just weren't on the same page on that play. But after that, we got it settled down.
Garrison, can you talk about kind of as what's going through your mind as they're setting up that last field goal, and also why do you seem to thrive so much in those situations?
Honestly, I was kind of hoping we'd score a touchdown.
He's honest to the judge. Now I'm telling you.
Sorry about that, Rip.
Honestly, I'm just kind of thinking like, what can I don't do anything different. Just do the same thing I've done all day and all week, basically all year, and just stick with what I know. And that's just 3 steps back, 2 steps to the right, and let the O-line go to work and then just bang it through. And honestly, I think just my first game, I was just thrown into it. So it's kind of become normal. And Coach Kelly puts us in that situation every week, and that's our normal. So I think just having that atmosphere at practice and just knowing that team's got my back and I got their back, it just kind of puts me at ease.
You got another?
Sure.
Okay.
Coach Kelly has told the story about him shooting you out in practice, or excuse me, in a team meeting, that you handled it the way he wanted you to handle it. What were you thinking when that happened?
That I couldn't sit up any straighter. Honestly, I was like, "Oh, that's not good." It's like the first day of camp and I'm getting yelled at already. So I was just like, I gotta focus on what I gotta do right and kind of not cut up and just be an older guy. So it's that.
Right.
For those who are kind of, you guys were here last year, maybe in different roles, but just what maybe has allowed the continuity of the same level of success between, and even, going back 3 years ago, you guys were top 3 with a bowl game. Just what has allowed for the continuity in your eyes as players?
I feel like just putting trust in each other. Whenever you got a bunch of guys leaving and a bunch of guys coming in, we all trusted each other. We all knew our skill set and what we could do. So, I know the defense has my back. I put them in a bad situation today, and, they put me in some good situations. It's just I feel like we trust each other. It's just a different bond around here.
Sure.
Caden, you had a lot of big completions today, but probably none bigger than 3rd and 15 on that last drive, the scramble and the throw to Petway. Just take us through that.
I was dropping back, saw that they were all bailing out, and I knew that, watching film, they like to rush hard, and they like to give me a bunch of rush lanes and stuff like that. So I knew if I didn't have it 1, 2, 3, I could get outside and try to make something happen. And Petway did a great job. I give him all the credit. He tried to beat him over the top, and dude was bailing so hard, and he saw scramble drill, and he knows if he's deep, he's coming back to me. And, just put it on the sideline, give him an easy catchable ball, and he caught it, and he did his job.
And let me say, too, I want to add on to that, if you don't mind. Michael Petway, what an incredible story. Guy's he's been with 3 coaches here. And, had a cracked kneecap.
Yep.
He could easily tapped out. Easily just said, you know what, I don't want to do this. He was a captain today, and one of the biggest plays of the season he helps contribute to just because he stuck to it. I learned this from, Lauren White. Work hard, stick to it, use common sense, and usually everything works.
Got time for one more question. Go ahead, Thomas.
Malcom, the secondary has been really good in the last few weeks. Just can you talk about the improvements and just being in the Conference USA Championship and hosting that? Just talk about that, especially since you were here last year as well.
Oh yeah, we got a couple guys in there who everybody trusts everybody. We got a couple guys, young guy Mark Wood who's coming up. Guys say just trust, so just coming in, just getting the game plan, just executing it basically. Just put us in a position to just trust everybody, know where everybody's gonna be at.
Just how's it feel to be in the Conference Championship game for you?
Hey, every season is like a grind. And when Coach got here, he said, hey, you gonna have to embrace the grind. So that is something that I think that we just tunnel vision on, just embracing the grind, and he got us here. Just took every game to championship week, so. Yeah.
All right. And Garrison, by the way, he moved into tie for second place on the career field goals made list at Jack State.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Griffin Thomas, Slade Stennett, and Cade Stennett. So at 36
Really?
now. Yep.
That's
Congrats, Rippa.
how about